What's up you guys, it's Erin. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a fun video talking about my cream and liquid bronzer collection. I used to go through different parts of my makeup collection and swatch them on my Instagram page. It was a little series that I did last year that everyone really seemed to enjoy, but since then my collection has really evolved, changed. I've added a lot of makeup, so I wanted to bring it over to YouTube where I can talk to you more about the formulas, swatch them, and tell you which ones are my favorites. So before we get into the video, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. My channel is really small and still growing, but I'm really enjoying making YouTube videos. I post about all things relatable beauty and a little bit of lifestyle too, so if that's something you enjoy, keep watching for more videos. So going through my bronzers and picking out the products for this video, I definitely didn't have as many as I thought I would. I think I would have a lot more cream and liquid blushes, and if I end up doing, if you guys like this kind of series and I end up doing that, I might even have to split up cream and liquids because I have quite a few. But in the bronzer category, I don't think you need as many products to be efficient because a lot of them are very similar in shade, right? You have some contours, some warmer bronzers, and I feel like I have what I need to get the job done. And there's nothing really missing in my collection. So for now, I need to hold off on buying any more, but I can't promise anything because I've just loved, grown to love cream products over the last year. So the first product I want to talk to you about is probably my most used, and it's the only one that I went through an entire bottle, tube, whatever you want to call it, of it already. And it's the Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer. This is the mini size, and the mini is definitely more than you need. The full size is huge. This is 0.24 ounces, and this comes in 2 shades, I believe. It is a cream stick bronzer. And for me, I think I'm just going to swatch on my hand for you guys. For me, this is just a really great warm bronzer shade to warm up my skin. It's definitely matte. My favorite way to use this is to go in with kind of a dense, all my brushes are drying in my bathroom right now, kind of a dense, it would be smaller than this brush, and put it, kind of saturate it in the brush and then just tap it over my foundation. This applies so easily. I find that I can apply this just as quick as a powder, and it gives me more of that kind of dewy look, and I really enjoy it. I just find this to work with every makeup look, and because it's not too glowy or too matte, I find it goes with every look. And this is a great price for this. Even though it looks small, it's going to last you forever. If you're just starting to get into creams, I think this is a great starter product. They have one deeper shade than this. I definitely think they could stand to expand their shades a little bit. But yeah, this is, I think, my first cream bronzer I ever got maybe a year ago. I think it was during COVID. During my 29th birthday I got this, and I already went through an entire one, if that tells you how much I love the Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer. The next bronzer I'm going to talk about is very similar to the Milk. I enjoy it just as much, but it's not as much for your money. So it's the Nudestix Bondai Bae Cream Bronzer. This is also a stick cream bronzer. Don't mind mine is really messy because it rolled up into the cap somehow. I'll swatch it for you. So it's a very similar shade. It's also creamy, kind of creamy matte formula, super blendable and easy to use. If you were to swatch this next to the Milk, they are almost identical in shade, and I'm going to post swatches of all these on my Instagram. They're almost identical, so you don't need both. The thing is this Nudestix is 0.25 ounces for $34, and let me just tell you what the Milk is. On the Sephora site it says 0.19 ounces, but mine says 0.24 ounces, so maybe they made it a little smaller, but essentially these have the same amount of product. This is just an illusion because the packaging is bigger, and we have $34 for Nudestix versus $18 for Milk Makeup. Otherwise, if you want the full size of Milk Makeup, it's $30 for 1 full ounce or 30 milliliters, and it's still less for more product than the Nudestix. So if you're looking to get one over the other, I would definitely recommend the Milk because essentially they perform the same and you don't need both. a cream bronzer I fell in love with in the last year is from a newer brand, Tower 28. I know you guys have probably heard a ton about this brand. This is their Bronzino bronzer in West Coast. It's one of the first 2 shades they came out with. They have since expanded their shade range from 2 shades to 5 shades, I believe. And these are very emollient, glowy, shimmery bronzers. So yes, this is shimmery, but don't let that scare you. I wasn't sure about this for a long time because, as you can see, it is very golden and glowy. But somehow when you blend this on your cheeks, I kind of like to apply it the same way and get my brush all up in there, kind of saturate my blush and dab it onto my cheeks. It's very glowy, but it just gives you that sun-kissed kind of, oh, don't mind that, that kind of sun-kissed glow when you blend it in. And since they have all 5 shades now, you could use the lightest shade for like a lot of skin tones could use them as a highlighter, as a bronzer. I just love this for a beautiful summer glow. I love glowy makeup. There's really not sparkles in it. It's more shimmery than anything. And yeah, somehow this just works on the face. I think if I were in a store and swatched this, I would have said absolutely not. But everyone was trying it and I had to try it. And this is just so good. I've fallen in love with this bronzer. Tower 28 is not an overly expensive brand. I believe this is $20 for 0.16 ounces. So you could definitely go through this really quickly, but Tower 28 is a more affordable Sephora brand. If you like glowy makeup and you're looking for a cream bronzer for summer, I definitely recommend the Bronzino bronzers. Let's talk about some cream contours I have. So cream contours and cream bronzers kind of go hand in hand. It just depends what you're looking for. Sometimes I use cream bronzer as well as cream contour. Sometimes I use a cream contour with a powder bronzer. It just depends. Let me know if you want to see a tutorial. I'm not really going to get into the details of how I use those products, but I can definitely do that in the future for you. The key is that contour is more defining the shadows of your face and is usually a cooler tone than a bronzer is more to warm up your face and give it warmth and that like kind of tannish glow. So I have 2 cream contours here. The first is from Uoma. I believe it's pronounced Uoma Beauty. And this is their Double Take Sculpt and Strobe Duo Stick in White Pearl. This is their lightest shade. They have a great shade range of these contour highlight sticks. So the contour side of this is very, very cool toned. As you can see, it's much more cool toned than the first couple that we swatched. So this is just great. It's a great blendable formula, as you can see. And what I like to do is just take this, I'm actually wearing it today, just in the high points of my cheek and keep it up high right here, sometimes on my forehead and on my nose. You just draw it on and then take a brush and kind of blend it upwards so you're not bringing your contour down. Because this is such an emollient formula, it's super easy to draw on your face and blend it in. I don't find that this formula is thick where when you're blending it, it disrupts your foundation or base products or anything like that. And just to mention too, the highlight on this side, on the other side, is absolutely gorgeous too if you're looking to get this product. I love the highlight as well. So I do get use out of both sides of the product and I recommend this 100%. I know a lot of people love this product and they really have a shade for everyone, which I love. I have one more liquid contour. So this is the Hollywood Contour Wand from Charlotte Tilbury. So this has a lot different packaging. It's a liquid product with, okay, I really like this white shirt and this has like a powder puff kind of doe foot thing in there and you click it on and off. Well, I took this traveling with me out to Colorado where the elevation is high and your makeup can explode, not thinking about it. Well, this exploded and it never really recovered. I really do like this formula, but I'm going to be very careful opening it. So as you can see, this just got everywhere. I have it clicked closed, but this product has still been coming out ever since. So don't mind that. That's my fault for traveling with it not closed. So you click this on and off. I've since clicked it off, but it kills me that I wasted product because Charlotte Tilbury is expensive. But this is a beautiful liquid contour product. Ugh, look how much is on the wand. So this is a beautiful liquid contour. There's a couple shades of this and it looks really dark. Every time I apply it, I get a little freaked out that I'm not gonna be able to blend it, but I'm gonna take off a little bit because I wouldn't apply that much. But you can just blend this in to your skin very easily. Obviously this is a lot of product, but it just blends down and just gives you this gorgeous bronzy glow. This isn't quite as cool toned as the Uoma contour stick, so I find that I can get away with bronzing a little bit more with this, but I do tend to use a bronzer to warm up my skin a little bit still. But the formula of that is really thin. You can apply it right to your face and use a brush as well. It doesn't disrupt your foundation underneath. And yeah, I've always wanted to try the highlight wands as well and the blush ones, but the contour one I highly recommend. It's a super easy formula to work with. Just make sure that you click this close. You're going to waste a lot of product and make a mess like I did. I have one more liquid bronzer to talk about. It's the BareMinerals BarePro Glow bronzer. It's a luminous liquid bronzer, and this is the shade Faux Tan. They have a couple shades of this as well. This is the more cool toned bronzer, which I appreciate because I can be quite fair if I'm not self-tanned, and things that are too warm toned kind of make me look orange if I'm not careful. So I really like the Faux Tan shade, and this comes with the pump. And I actually found this at I think I spilled a little bit. I found this at TJ Maxx after hearing Katie Jane Hughes rave about this and a couple other people I follow on Instagram. So this is a really thin, very glowy bronzer formula, as you can see that there. It's shimmery but not sparkly, and it blends into the skin really easily. The way I like to apply it is putting some on my hand and then getting my brush all up in there, a smaller brush than this, and then just dabbing it where I want to be bronzed. And this is an absolutely gorgeous formula. It's really easy to work with. Make sure you shake well before you use this because it is really thin and will separate. I hope that BareMinerals is not discontinuing these because I saw them for sale and they used to be at Ulta and they're not anymore, and I found mine at TJ Maxx. So hopefully they're not discontinuing these. BareMinerals don't discontinue these because they're so good, and I love this formula. If you like a more liquid, thin, glowy formula, I definitely recommend this one. Okay, the last cream bronzer and contour I need to talk about, I kind of forgot about because they were in a face kit and I don't really reach for them unless I'm using this entire kit. It's this Salt New York quad that I have. It's this nice zip packaging. So I have 4 shades from them. I have a highlight, a cream blush, and then I have 2, don't mind they're all messed up because I was trying to take them out to see exactly what shades I have, but I have a contour, which is, this shade is just called contour. I think they've since renamed it because they have more than one contour depth. And then I have the light medium bronze. So these are much more sheer than any of the other formulas. Here is the contour they're dry and sheer, so they take a second to warm up on your hand, and I usually just honestly mix these two together because they are so sheer. I don't really like notice a difference. I like these formulas for every day. I usually just warm them up on my hand and then just kind of apply them to my face and dab it in with my foundation brush. I like these formulas, but because they are so sheer, they're buildable but sheer, I don't tend to reach for these formulas when I'm doing more of a glam full makeup look. I tend to reach for these for every day, and I actually just had this in my everyday makeup bag for about the past 2 months, and I wore it to work and every time I went in my everyday makeup bag. So if you're looking for more of a beginner friendly formula that is more sheer and buildable, I definitely recommend the Salt New York formula. It just depends what you're looking for. So that is it for my cream bronzer, liquid bronzer, contour, whatever you want to call it, collection. You know, these are all in the same category. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite formulas are and what part of my makeup collection I should go through next. I have a lot of makeup. I have eyeshadow palettes. We could do cream blushes, cream highlights, powder blushes, highlights, different categories of eyeshadows, different categories of lips, foundations. The options are endless, so if that's something that you're interested in, definitely let me know what part of my collection you'd like to see. Otherwise, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, like this video, and we will see you in my next one. Bye.